top stories this evening. Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew is leading a delegation to Nigeria for the second annual Afro-Caribbean Summit. St. Kitts and Nevis will host Active 2026, an event aimed at strengthening trade and investment links between Africa and the Caribbean. And the Atlas leader has departed the Deepwater Harbor under SCASPA maritime operations as port activity continues. We have the details of these stories and more after the break.
Courts is giving you the chance to experience the Caribbean's premier music and arts event, the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. Every Courts purchase of $2,999 or more from now to April 23rd gives you a chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip for two. To enjoy the music, the flair, and to create unforgettable memories for you and your guests. Don't miss this opportunity. Shop today, only at Courts, bringing value home. Conditions apply.
It's something that you can't put into words. A buzz in the air. From the time you wake up, you're ready to go. The freedom, the fantasy, the fete. To know it is to live it and love it. You have to experience it. If you know, you know. Angostura White Oak Rum. New look, same vibes inside.
Welcome to the ZIZ Evening News presentation for today, Saturday, 21st March 2026. I am Ebony Brandon. Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew left St. Kitts and Nevis today for Nigeria, where he will lead a delegation at the second annual Afro-Caribbean Investment Summit. The summit, held under the theme One Voice, One Vision, Advancing Afro-Caribbean Unity, is co-hosted by the government of St. Kitts and Nevis and Nigeria-based Aquarian Consult. The event builds on last year's inaugural summit in Abuja, which was co-founded by St. Kitts and Nevis. In a statement ahead of his trip, Prime Minister Drew said the summit represents a significant step toward strengthening ties between Africa, one of the fastest growing regions in the world, and the Caribbean. He also addressed concerns that have been raised about the size of the St. Kitts and Nevis delegation and costs related to the trip.
From March 23rd to March 27th, 2026, a delegation of scores of citizens and residents of St. Kitts and Nevis will travel to Abuja, Nigeria. I will have the honor of leading this delegation alongside the Honorable Samuel Duggins. This delegation includes a strong representation of our youth. Let me address directly a matter that has been raised. This initiative is not funded by taxpayers. It does not place a burden on the public purse. It is a structured and responsible program designed to expand opportunity while maintaining fiscal discipline. Let me also be clear. This initiative is not about travel. It is about exposure, connection, and opportunity.
The Prime Minister also explained why it is a logical choice for Caribbean nations to develop economic and cultural partnerships with African nations.
Africa is rising. With a population of over 1 billion people and expanding economies, Africa represents one of the most dynamic frontiers for trade, investment, innovation, and cultural exchange. Nigeria alone, with over 200 million people, stands as a major economic hub. The question before us is simple. Will we position our people to access these opportunities, or will we allow them to pass us by? Fellow citizens and residents, we have chosen to act. We are preparing our people, especially our young people, to engage with the world as it is becoming, not as it once was. Because in today's global economy, exposure matters. When our young people see new markets, new ideas, and new possibilities, they return home with more than memories. They return with vision, ambition, and connections.
The summit will bring together delegations from across the Caribbean, including Grenada and the British Virgin Islands, along with investors, policymakers, industry leaders, and cultural figures from across Africa. Discussions will focus on areas including investment, trade, agriculture, food security, the creative economy, and institutional cooperation. The engagement is also expected to create opportunities for bilateral talks and strategic discussions aimed at expanding trade, investment, education, cultural exchange, and sustainable development between the Caribbean and African nations. In other developments this evening, St. Kitts and Nevis will host the 5th Afri-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum, Active 2026, from July 29th to 31st at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort. The event is being held in partnership with the African Export-Import Bank and will bring together more than 1,000 delegates, including heads of state, business leaders, investors, and policymakers. Under the theme Shared Roots, New Roots, Creating Pathways for Enterprise and Innovation, the forum will focus on strengthening economic links between Africa and the Caribbean. The program includes plenary sessions, exhibitions, business-to-business meetings, and sideline events covering areas such as technology, renewable energy, tourism, and financial services. Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew said the event supports the Federation's push toward becoming a sustainable island state while also expanding international partnerships. Officials say the forum will also provide an opportunity to showcase local investment projects and position the private sector for greater engagement with African markets. The recent departure of the Atlas Leader from the Deepwater Harbour is highlighting the role of the St. Christopher Air Seaports Authority in managing port operations. Officials say the movement of the 16-year-old vehicle carrier required close coordination from linesmen and pilotage to its final departure procedures to ensure safe and efficient transit of the vessel. The massive sea carrier is almost 200 meters long and has a gross tonnage of 63,085. The operation formed part of ongoing port activity, with SCASPA continuing to oversee maritime movements and maintain safety standards at the harbor. Stay with us. Coming up in the second half of the national developments this evening, the St. Kitts Nevis Defence Force recently welcomed Potter's Touch preschoolers on a field visit to Camp Springfield, and ECHMB Capital Market is marking 30 years of service to the region. Stay with us.
Swipe your card, live your life. National Bank Life is nice. You can spend it when you want it, how you like, where you like. Swipe your card, live your life. National Bank Life is nice. Home or away, any time of the day. Credit or debit, right in your pocket. With National Bank card, so many benefits. Oh yeah, the choice is yours. Just come and embrace it.
Live your life your way with purchases big or small. Mango, nuts, breadfruit and all.
You can spend it when you want it, how you like, where you like. Swipe your card, live your life. National Bank Life is nice.
Every dream begins with a vision, a blank piece of land, a simple sketch on paper, or a conversation around the dinner table. At Horsford's Building and Nevis Centers, we believe that every home starts with hope and ends with something real. From the first brick to the final nail, we are there. We don't just supply materials, we partner in progress, step by step, wall by wall, room by room. We help build lives, futures, and legacies. This is more than construction. It's transformation. It's elevation. It's trust. Dream with us, grow with us, build with us, because your dream deserves more than just materials. It deserves a partner that builds with heart. Horsford's Building and Nevis Centers. Dream with us, grow with us, build with us.
Welcome back. The St. Kitts Nevis Defence Force hosted children from the Potter's Touch preschool on Tuesday for a fun and educational visit at Camp Springfield. On behalf of Commander Acting Major Coyote Sutton, Lieutenant Zenra Ferdinand, they both welcomed the young visitors who were given a guided tour of the base, offering them a close look at the daily operations and life of soldiers. One of the highlights of the visit saw the children climb aboard the military bus known as Big Green, where they sang Wheels of the Bus and filling the camp with laughter. The experience continued with a musical moment as Private Jarek Hodge, also known as Second Ranks, performed his Soca Monarch hit Big Stroops, which placed second in the Sugar Mass 54 finals. The Defense Force thanked the teachers and staff of Potter's Touch Preschool for the visit, noting that activities like these help strengthen community ties and inspire the nation's future. Finally, this evening, the Eastern Caribbean Home Mortgage Bank, or ECHMB Capital, is celebrating 30 years of service to the region. The anniversary was launched on Friday at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort under the theme A Proven History, A Promising Tomorrow. ECHMB Capital, a subsidiary of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, supports home ownership by providing funding to financial institutions for mortgage lending. Along with an overview of the anniversary activities, the night featured congratulatory remarks from financial institutions across the region, a toast, and remarks from the CEO of ECHMB Capital, Randy Lewis, and the Governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, Timothy Antwine. While the occasion was one of reflection and celebration, it also provided an opportunity to look ahead. CEO Lewis said the region can expect more quality products and expanded opportunities for wealth building. He added that increasing the number of individual investors in the Eastern Caribbean securities market, which currently stands at 4%, is one of the major mandates of the ECHMB. Governor Antwine, who said the goal is wealth creation, added that through the work of the ECHMB, millions of dollars have been provided to support home ownership. To commemorate their anniversary, the ECHMB has announced the launch of unique pathways for first-time investors. The organization will formally recognize its 30 years of operation on April 22nd. The calendar of activities includes a church service in April, a homeownership series starting in July, an app design competition from July to August, a gala in October, and an anniversary lecture in February 2027. Coming up next in regional developments this evening, St. Lucia has launched a backlog reduction court to improve the efficiency of its justice system. And Guyana's president is calling for structural reforms to address crime and improve national security. The details after the break.
Here are your Hostels Value Match IGA Blue Tag Special.
Running March 19th to April 1st.
Nabisco Chips Ahoy are just $17.99. Kraft barbecue sauces, $9.99 each. Nissin chow mein and stir-fry noodles, just $5.49. Progressive soups, $13.99. Chawani Greek yogurt, just $5.69. Culinary Circle pizza, $24.99.
And now our value deals. Extra liquid laundry detergent, $12.99. Essential everyday pasta, $4.99. Almond braise, almond milk, $16.99. Speed stick deodorant, $9.99. Essential everyday dry tortilla, $8.99. IG or essential everyday cereals, $10.99. Shop smart, shop value mart. Tell them in Spanish.
Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en
Value Mart.
Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now. If you need cash in a flash with now, no need to fuss, leave it to us. When you need cash in a flash, no need to fuss, leave it to us. Hear me now.
When life throws surprises your way, now's here to help. Whether it's for an urgent bill payment, home improvements, or unexpected health expenses, or even that last-minute holiday trip, with Now, you get cash in a flash, approved in just 24 hours.
Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now.
A loan product powered by National Bank.
At The Cable, we believe in giving back because when our community thrives, we all do. That's why, as a company, we make it our mission to touch the lives of everyone in St. Kitts. We spearheaded the renovation of JNF Hospital lobby to ensure better care for all. The Cable sponsors free Wi-Fi in every community center across St. Kitts, so no one is left behind in an increasingly connected world. We stand with communities through every moment, big or small, in culture, education, youth development, and more. Y a ti también, comunidad latina. Cuenta con nosotros. Estamos con ustedes. And when it comes to customer service, we set the standard. We're just a call, click, or visit away because you matter to us. Join the company that truly cares. The Cable. More than service. We're family. Somos familia. And we're proud to always give more where it matters.
Starting regional developments this evening, the government of St. Lucia has launched a criminal backlog reduction court in a move aimed at clearing long-standing cases and strengthening the delivery of justice. The court was inaugurated on March 19th by Prime Minister Philip Pierre alongside senior government and judicial officials as part of a broader effort to improve the administration of justice and restore public confidence in the legal system. The initiative targets a significant backlog of criminal matters, some of which have remained before the courts for years, with a focus on accelerating hearings and delivering more timely outcomes. Supported by the Swift Justice Project with funding of just over $2 million, the program will enhance technical and administrative capacity within the Criminal High Court to reduce delays and improve efficiency. Officials say the court will also help to ease the emotional strain on victims and their families while ensuring fair and timely proceedings for accused individuals. The government says the initiative forms part of its broader commitment to support the judiciary, strengthen national security, and advance reforms that promote accountability and effective governance. Ghana's President Dr. Irfan Ali is calling for deeper structural reforms to address crime, warning that infrastructure alone will not solve the problem. Speaking at the opening of the Ghana Prison Services Annual Correctional Officers Conference, the President identified substance abuse and mental health challenges as key drivers of repeat offending. He emphasized that without early and targeted intervention, particularly among young people, prisons will continue to face increasing pressure. Dr. Ali pointed to the education system as a critical entry point, questioning whether schools are adequately equipped to address issues such as substance abuse and mental health in a structured and sustained way. He also raised concerns about the normalization of risky behaviors, including vaping, as well as what he described as a declining role of men in society. The president said true prison reform must extend beyond physical improvements and include investment in mental health services, substance abuse prevention, and early social intervention strategies aimed at reducing crime and reoffending over time. That brings to an end the regional developments, but coming up next in international news, Norway's crown princess has expressed regret over her connection to Jeffrey Epstein, and a Mexican teenager has died while in United States ICE custody, raising concerns over detention conditions. Stay with us, we'll have the details next.
In the sun or in the rain, life's a journey, joy and pain, but NCI's here day and night, always here for you, making it right, always here for you. With NCI you've got a friend, always here for you, right here till the very
At National Caribbean Insurance, you are covered and secure. We're your partner, your protector, your peace of mind. So for home, for health, for life, choose NCI because we're always here for you. Always.
Always here for you. With NCI, you've got a friend. Always here for you. Right here till the very end. Always here for you. With NCI, you've got a friend. Always here for you.
In international developments, Norway's crown princess Mette-Marit says she regrets ever meeting convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, as she broke her silence this week following weeks of public scrutiny. In an emotional interview with national broadcaster NRK, the princess said she felt manipulated and accepted responsibility for failing to properly vet Epstein's background. The controversy erupted after it emerged that she had exchanged hundreds of emails with Epstein between 2011 and 2014 and had stayed at his Florida home. She said she now regrets not speaking out sooner, particularly after recognizing red flags, including what she described as uneasy interactions and his behavior toward others. The Crown Princess maintained that at the time she was unaware of the full extent of his abuse, but admitted she should have taken greater care and warned others. Her comments come amid growing pressure from the public and political leaders, including Norway's Prime Minister, for greater accountability and transparency. A 19-year-old Mexican national has died in United States immigration custody, raising fresh concerns about conditions within detention facilities. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement confirmed that Roy Perez Jimenez was found unresponsive at a detention center in Florida on March 16th. Officials say he was discovered in his cell, and staff immediately initiated life-saving measures, but he was later pronounced dead. The agency indicated the death is a presumed suicide. However, the official cause remains under investigation. Perez Jimenez had been detained since January on fraud-related charges and was also reported to have entered the United States illegally. The government of Mexico has since called for a full and transparent investigation, describing the incident as unacceptable and urging accountability. Advocacy groups report that more than 40 migrant deaths have occurred in custody since early 2025 amid an intensified immigration crackdown. Coming up next in sports this evening, West Indies captain Hayley Matthews says the team let themselves down and is urging greater consistency moving forward. And FIFA has fined Israel over discrimination breaches, reinforcing its stance on fair play and inclusion. Stay tuned.
In the sun or in the rain, life's a journey, joy and pain. But NCI's here day and night, always here for you, making it right. Always here for you. With NCI you've got a friend, always here for you, right here till the very
At National Caribbean Insurance, you are covered and secure. We're your partner, your protector, your peace of mind. So for home, for health, for life, choose NCI because we're always here for you, always.
Always here for you. With NCI, you've got a friend, always here for you, right here till the very end. Always here for you. With NCI, you've got a friend, always here.
The West Indies women missed out on making the ICC Women's Cricket World Cup after a heartbreaking finish in their final match of the qualifiers. The regional side chased a target of 116 against Thailand in just 11 overs but fell short by a marginal 0.01 net run rate difference, allowing Bangladesh to secure the final qualifying spot alongside Pakistan. Despite a strong late push, West Indies were left to pay for earlier inconsistencies in the tournament, having entered the competition as one of the favorites. Captain Hayley Matthews admitted the team let themselves down in key moments, pointing to a lack of consistency as the deciding factor in their elimination. She, however, praised the fight shown in the final matches, saying the team demonstrated courage, resilience, and a never-say-die attitude under pressure. Looking ahead, Matthews noted the uncertainty surrounding the squad's future, with several senior players approaching the latter stages of their career, and the next 50-over World Cup not scheduled until 2029. She also highlighted the emergence of young talent, including Leah Aline and Chanel Henry, expressing confidence that the team has a strong foundation to build on. FIFA has fined the Israel Football Association following an investigation into allegations of discrimination raised by the Palestine Football Association. The world governing body imposed a fine of 150,000 Swiss francs and issued a warning over future conduct after finding breaches related to offensive behavior and racial discrimination. The case stemmed from a complaint presented at the FIFA Congress, which examined how racism has been happened within Israeli football. As part of the sanctions, the association has been ordered to display anti-discrimination messages at its next 3 home matches and to invest a portion of the fine into measures aimed at preventing future incidents. FIFA also confirmed that the decision may be subject to appeal. That wraps up our sport this evening. When we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made headlines tonight.
Yeah, man. Another day in the books. Well, hello there. Ooh, she pretty from head to toe, and are you ready to go? Wait there. Whew. Can't afford to slip up. Not even in my dreams.
Now for a look at this evening's top stories. Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew is leading a delegation to Nigeria for the 2nd annual Afri-Caribbean Summit. St. Kitts and Nevis will host Active 2026, an event aimed at strengthening trade and investment links between Africa and the Caribbean. And the Atlas Leader has departed the Deepwater Harbor under SCASPA maritime operations as port activities continue. That brings us to the end of the ZIZ Evening Newscast for today. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Ebony Brandon.